All right, so welcome to our team call. It's April the 7th, 2016, and we are currently in week 2 of a massive team-wide recruiting campaign where no matter if you're a new coach or a veteran coach, we are going to be honing our skills on growing a team because you can't really reach your goals in this business without building a team. And that's the fun part to me. We were having a discussion in our team page earlier about personality types and what kind of people we want to work with versus what kind of people we just want to filter out of our lives. And I was doing 2 calls earlier today with 2 of my diamond coaches, one of my diamond coaches and one who wants to be. And we were talking about making your dream team list, brainstorming 10 women that you just absolutely adore, that you admire, that you want to do life with. And we talked about, telling them, hey, I think you'd be a great fit with my team. Your personality just really jives with who we are, your heart, your faith, your drive, and reaching out and getting to literally handpick who you have on your team. That's a huge blessing. I don't know of any other job where you get to walk in and say, I want my desk to be by hers, and I don't want to be by her because she totally bums me out. There's no job like that. But with this, you get to decide who's on your team, what kind of team you're going to run, what kind of personalities you enjoy. You'll have to check it out on our team page. There's a conversation where Holly Thompson has someone who's interested in the business. This person has shown Holly some attributes that she finds a little risky, some personality traits that she are not characteristic of someone she really wants to work with. And she's not being snotty about it. She's being honest with herself. And then we have another coach who's like, I love a challenge like that. Give me a difficult person, and I'm going to love the heck out of them and make them be nice. And that's cool. Everybody can choose. So my hope for you as we continue to delve in week by week into this topic of recruiting and building your team is that, number one, you won't be scared of it, and you'll actually enjoy and appreciate the process of bringing people onto your team and realize what an immense blessing and gift that is. And 2, that you'll have the skills and the how-to aspects to be able to truly do it. So I'm really, really, really stoked about tonight's call. The 2 girls that I have asked to speak to us tonight are just amazing emerging leaders on this team. 2 totally different personality types, completely different stories on how they came into this business. They run their Beachbody businesses totally differently, and I love that. We're going to hear from Kelly Williams, who is a coach under Brandy Trammell, and we're going to hear from Katie Carter, who is a coach on my team under Elizabeth Harrington in my second business center. Both of these girls are difference makers. They both lead with heart. They have big dreams and big goals, and they are not hesitating in reaching those. Before we get into their talks, I think Kelly's going to go first. Is that right, Kelly? Yeah. And then Katie will go after her. I want to just throw a few announcements at you, a couple reminders of things that you need to be looking at or working on. Summit is around the corner. If you don't know what Summit is something you have to be at if you're serious about this business. It's fun. It's our annual event. It's in July in Nashville. And there are workouts with the celebrity trainers. You get to work out live with 21 Day Fix creator Autumn Calabrese. You get to work out live with Sagi, Shalene. I think Joel and Jericho will be there. They're from Les Mills Pump. It's going to be just an incredible time. Lots of workshops, parties, elbow rubbing with fun other people learning things. It's just incredible. But we have a group for our team where we're discussing hotel accommodations, people rooming together, different kinds of events that you can come in early for and maybe be able to attend, team dinners, what to wear, what to pack, what to expect. If you're not in that group, you need to ask your upline about Summit and ask them to add you to the group where we're discussing Summit. If you don't have a ticket yet, there's 2 things you can do. You can register and get on the waiting list ASAP. at www.coachsummit2016.com. You can also Google Beachbody Coach Summit 2016 and you'll find it. You can also go on your Coach Online office. That's one way to do it. The second thing you can do is find someone who has a ticket who can't go and buy it from them. They can transfer it to you. You will have to go through the process of doing that, but there's different Beachbody groups on Facebook that you can search out and start asking around in different groups and team pages. Does anybody have a ticket they're not going to use? And snatch that baby up. If you were a success starter, you have a free ticket to Summit. So, FYI on that. What else? Let's see what else is coming up. Make sure this month that you have scheduled your challenge group and some sort of coach business opportunity event. I told you guys last week in our team page in the files section, there are protocols you can follow to host a coach open house, a backstage pass event, or even a webinar, a live call like this, a Zoom call. There's protocols in there. It'll walk you through step-by-step what to do, tell you what to say, everything. You have to schedule one in this month. It's just non-negotiable. I don't care if you just signed up yesterday. You know something more than someone else who's not a coach yet. You have a story. You have something to share. So be sure you have that scheduled for April. I don't see anything else going on here. Okay, well, we're going to get right to the content then. I'm going to introduce Kelly Williams to you guys. Just a real quick review of her. She's awesome. She's a rock star mom. She's a homeschooling mama. She's so much fun on Facebook. If you're not following her yet, you have to go check out Kelly with an EY Williams. She signed up as a coach on Brandy's team on June 15th of last year. She's currently an emerald, but she's so stinking close to diamond. She only needs one more emerald on her right leg. She's got a ton of coaches. She's doing great. She's been in Success Club for 5 months straight. She only missed 1 month in Success Club her whole time of being a coach, and she hasn't missed it since. She's been in Success Club 10 twice, so she's doing really great. She's signed up 8 new coaches so far this year. Kelly, I don't even know if you realize that stat, but I counted 8 for this year, which is really, really good. She has 13 total personally sponsored coaches and 15 total in her downline. So she's building a team, and that's exciting. She's got some really great girls working with her, and we're so honored and grateful that you're going to share your tips with us tonight, Kelly, about how you're building success with your business, how you're recruiting, your process, and best practices about growing a team. So take it away, Kelly. You're unmuted.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much. This is such an honor. I'm so excited to be speaking. It's just unbelievable to me, especially because when I first started, I remember telling Brandy, I'm just going to take it slow. Like, I'll probably be like just not even a hobby coach for a while. I just like to ease into things. And then, I just fell in love with everything and just kind of got going and never stopped. And so regret not hitting Success Club in October. Man, I wish I could say I was 9 months running. I'd be so close to whatever a year is. I'd be so close. But anyway, I wanted to start off by telling you guys about a moment I had the other night. My son, Logan, is 8, and he is absolutely obsessed with Minecraft, like beyond obsessed, as I'm sure most of our kids are. And all he has wanted for ages is to be a YouTuber. And that's someone that makes Minecraft videos while they're playing, and they talk and just talk about what they're doing, and they put the videos up on YouTube, and then other people subscribe just like we do. And so we finally got it all sorted to where he has editing software on his computer and he can do it. And he has one video on his little channel, and so cute. And he was on one of the servers, and he just went around telling everybody, I'm a YouTuber. You need to come subscribe to my channel. I'm a YouTuber. I'm the Hungry Lemon, like that's the name he chose. Like, I have a channel and I have videos, one video, but to him, he's a YouTuber. Like, he believes it, and that's what he wants to be. And to me, that paralleled coaching and inviting so much, because it's like, the people you're talking to, they don't know that you may have only one other coach. They don't know that you're brand new. They don't know that you're scared. So don't act like it. Like, who cares? They have no idea. For all the people watching me on YouTube know I have 100, on Facebook know I have 100 coaches. They have no idea. So why not act like it? Why not go around telling people I'm a YouTuber and you need to come subscribe to my channel because I'm awesome? Just like a kid. Kids don't have any fear. They don't let anything hold them back. They're not worried about what other people think of them quite yet. So I don't see why we can't channel some of that, and just be more bold. So my first tip would be, and I know a couple of the big coaches say this all the time, act as if. Act as if your team is huge and you are elite. And act as if that way towards your team and also towards the public. Post away, brag on everything your team does. Make it sound like you have 100 people on your team. Every little thing they do, don't just tell them in your team page, tell everybody. And people will start going, oh, wow, she really supports her team members and they really are doing good things, even if it's just 3 of you. Nobody needs to know that, and so when someone thinks about joining us, they'll think of you first. And along those lines, post all the time. You want to be that person like that when someone thinks, I might want to do this coaching thing. Who do I know that's a coach? You want to be the first person they think of, even if you've never even spoken on social media before. If there's someone who's just followed you and, just been watching you, you want to be that person that they think of. So post all the time, every little moment in your life, think, how can I relate this? Not without sounding salesy, but how can I make a post about this? And how can I relate this to coaching and what it's doing for me? So just, 3 to 5 times a day, I post even way more than that. I probably post too much. But who knows how many of my coaches have come to me because, I'm that person on Facebook that's just always talking about it. So when they decided to coach, they came to me. So that would be my first tip. And my second, and I was going to say also, take ownership of your team, even if it is just you and one other person, or you and your husband who's not working the business. Make a Facebook page and start posting in it and take ownership of having a team. Start already thinking about how you might want to treat them and what kind of personality you want your team to have. And then if you already know all of that, then you'll start attracting the right kind of people instead of just floundering. Okay, then my next tip, which Miranda already mentioned, would be make your dream team list. Make it as long, go through every single person on your friends list and every single person you know, and put anybody on your list that you could possibly want on your team, no matter how unreachable or scary they may seem. And just start inviting. Just every single morning, eat that frog and have it be the very first thing you do is send out at least one invite first. And once you've sent out the first one, the rest are much easier. And if there's some people on your list that you're terrified of, then make a plan, make a calendar, put one of them on every single day of the month and just send out that message without even thinking about it. Tulin was speaking at our Super Saturday last weekend, and she said, put blinders on and just do it. Don't care about what anybody else thinks. Just write out that message and hit send. So make your dream team list, and what you have to tell yourself every morning is, what's the worst thing someone can say to me? I hate you, I'm unfriending you, and I never want to talk to you again. That is the absolute worst thing someone could say to you. And if they say that, then okay, fine, unfriend me. Like, why would you want them around anyway? What's the next level up? No thanks, I'm not interested. Okay, great, at least you asked. And the next level up from that, it only gets better. Wow, thank you so much. Maybe I'll keep that in mind. That's great. Or even a yes. But the absolute worst thing someone could say to you would be, I'm unfriending you. And if that's what they say, then so what? They're not part of your tribe anyway. Why worry about it? And then another thing that Micah Folsom says that's one of my favorite things is, if you're scared of inviting your warm market, fine, go find someone else. Like, then don't invite your warm market, or if you've been through them, go find new people to talk to. Like all the tips about finding new Facebook groups and starting friending people. If you don't want to talk to your friends and family, or you already have, then you have to spend a lot of time finding new people to talk to. And unfortunately, that's a little bit of a long process. So it's not like you can just, go make friends with someone in a homeschool group today and then invite them tomorrow. But it's really, really, really important to always be making new friends, because those are people who don't know you very well, and you're more likely to invite them because it's not as scary, because they're not your friends and they're not people you might see in real life. So if your warm market scares you, then go good. Go make new friends. Go find people in the cold market out there. There are so many people out there who need what we have. So my next one would be, we've put this video up a few times. It's Melanie Mitro's marketing plan. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And the way I've applied it to myself is, my niche is homeschooling, obviously. And so my ideal target or avatar is someone a lot like me, mid-30s, slightly overweight, lots of kids, overwhelmed, feels like they have no time for themselves. And so every month I think, like, what is that person thinking about this month? Like in March, there were a lot of camp signups and a lot of, thinking about activities and co-ops for next year. So I thought, well, a lot of them were thinking they wish they could pay for more for their kids. So my theme for last month was Say Yes More. So every time I got any money from Beachbody, or any time I got to sign my kids up for something, or we went somewhere cool, or even just getting ice cream, I tied it back to, I'm so excited that I can take my kids out for ice cream. And then my hashtag was Say Yes More. So whatever your niche is, you need to think about, like, what's going on in their head right now. If it's Christmas, what are they thinking about at Christmas time? If it's, February, what are they thinking about at the end of winter? If it's May, what are they thinking about going into summer? Like, what is going on in your life right now? And what could you say to someone? What could your theme be for the month that would make them think, oh yeah, I'd like to be able to do that too. So just come up with a little hashtag for each month, and everywhere you go, like I said, all day long, take pictures of yourself, and then sit down a couple times a week and plan out some posts with the pictures you took, and make them cute, and use your hashtags, and stick with a different theme every month. That has really helped me, like, see the big picture of everything. And then my next one, because Brandy said that one of my strengths is being coachable, is, y'all, Brandy and Miranda know what they're talking about. They tell us to do something. Do it. Stop and do it. Stop and do it immediately. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's go outside and do 5 cartwheels and then come inside and, spit jelly beans and then invite 5 people. Go do it, because they're not wanting to waste our time. They're telling us that for a reason. If they say, stop what you're doing and watch this video, stop what you're doing and watch that video. If they say, get on this call, get on that call. Like, if you really care about this business and recruiting, then you have to make it a priority to do as much as you possibly can that they're asking, because they're doing so amazingly in this business. They know what they're doing, and they've been through it all already, and they're trying to help us avoid any mistakes they've made. So, just stop, be coachable, and do what they're asking you to do. Follow everything step by step. Major applause. One of the other things that Brandy said, I asked her what she thought I should talk about, was that I love to read personal development that's spiritual and inspirational and all that. I do that in the mornings. But then the rest of my day, I spend just YouTube obsessed. Like, I just love to find my favorite top coaches that I really relate to, and just not even on a particular topic. Like, I'll just go to Anita's channel and just watch every video she has, or I'll find, like, the best of the best in the West series and watch every single one. And I have picked up, not even where I can sit down and take notes necessarily, just listening helps me. And I've picked up so many little tips from the top coaches along the way that have made so much sense. And again, they're just like Brandy and Miranda. They've been through all this already. So, all of their videos and tips are absolutely golden. So become YouTube obsessed. Like, find coaches that you relate to and watch their videos on recruiting, and watch their videos on how they run sneak peeks, and watch their videos on how they do webinars. And just, I basically obsess about Beachbody all day long. Like, if I'm not teaching my kids, I'm like, all right, what can I put on my phone now? What can I watch now? What can I listen to now? Go out and find out the information yourself. If you've ever had a fleeting thought of, maybe I should try Instagram, there are 16 videos out there on Instagram. Anything you've thought that you might want to try, someone out there has made a video to tell you what they've learned about doing that. So just go out there, and podcasts too, YouTuber podcasts. Go out there and really train yourself, because our coaches can't do it all. They don't have time. And if it's your business, you take ownership and find out what you need to know. And along with that, have a system, get organized, get on Asana, get on Google, do something where you know exactly who you need to talk to. One of my big things the last couple of months has been my system. I've come up with a system where I spend a lot of time making new friends, getting to know them. It's almost a 3-month-long cycle, where I make a new friend in March, and they're actually on my invite list for June, because yes, March and April, really getting to know them. And very deliberately, like, I've got Natasha, on this Monday, I'm going to friend her. And then this Monday, I'm going to make sure I form her. And then the next Monday, I'm going to make sure I like and comment. So be very deliberate about who you're friending. And, who I use Asana. Asana has become my absolute favorite because it's a one-stop shop. I can put all my scripts in there. I can put all my post ideas in there. I can put all my, I can just make list after list after list, and it's you can call the lists whatever you want, and you can give everything a due date. So if I friend Natasha today and I want to remember to check back in with her in 2 weeks, I can put it as a due date and it'll come up in my to-do list on that date. So I've fallen in love with Asana. And again, I went and found a YouTube video. Paula recommended a YouTube video for me on how to use Asana. So that's where it ties back to that. But and I was trying paper and pen, but it was getting just way too complicated because I was talking to so many people. So, and the fact that it can be on my phone or at home, so I can keep the same running to-do list everywhere I go, has been awesome. So find a system and use it. Don't just randomly friend people or form people. Because you really want to, and that goes along with not scrolling Facebook. You want to deliberately also go to people's pages and like and comment, and that'll save you a lot of time. So, and in doing that, you'll learn so much about them and learn who you might want to recruit for your team. And then my last one would just be to set your non-negotiables. Now that I've hit Success Club 10 2 months in a row, I am never not hitting it again. Like, that's just non-negotiable. And I don't care if at the end of April I have to buy 6 challenge packs myself. Like, I am never not hitting it again. So what are your non-negotiables? And it doesn't have to be Success Club related. It can be, I will talk to 5 people a month, 5 people a day this month. That's my non-negotiable. Or I will spend an hour a day on the business. Whatever it is, set your non-negotiables and don't back down from them. So mine have become to build my team. I'm going to build my team. I'm going to hit Diamond. I'm going to build my team, and I'm going to hit Success Club. And I'm going to find people who really want to run with me because I'm so ready to do that. Those are my tips.
Awesome, Kelly. That was fantastic. I have some questions though.
Sure.
Let's see. The first thing, I'm just going to go from the bottom up.
Okay.
Do you know what the YouTube video was that you watched to learn how to use Asana?
Paula, are you on here? I don't remember, but I can find it and post a link.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind doing that. I know a lot of coaches would appreciate knowing exactly which one that was helpful to you.
Well, and I actually made one with Brandy the other day too.
Oh, cool. Well,
so I can post that one.
Yeah, share that with us too. I personally struggle with organization, and I think that I prefer pencil and paper, but I'm realizing that's just an excuse to not learn technology. I'm owning that right now. So I want to learn what you're doing to be so intentional, because I waste a lot of time scrolling through Facebook, and I need to be more intentional with that. So I'm interested in learning that myself. Okay. Was there a moment, because I know you're a very type A or red personality type, or choleric probably. Was there a moment when you were brand new? Because I still consider you new. You haven't even been in a year yet.
Yeah.
But when you were brand new, did you have a moment where you had to choose between feeling overwhelmed and questioning whether or not you could do this, and then on the flip side, staring this abyss straight in the eye and going, I can totally do this? Did you have a moment like that?
Oh, I think so. Definitely the month I didn't hit Success Club was my biggest learning moment. I coasted along July, August, September and hit it with my warm market, no problem. October, I had just a tough month all around. I hadn't made enough new contacts, ran out of my warm market. I just really hit a slump, and I've heard that happens a lot in the 3rd to 4th month with new coaches. And I think that was my month where I could have said, oh, okay, I'm done. And I also at that point kept hearing how hard the holidays were. So I thought, well, then November and December are going to be a wash too. I'll just look forward to January, and so October was, I think, my time where I could have easily quit because I just was so discouraged by the end of the month. And I just decided I know the 3 vital behaviors. That's all I really need to do for now. I'm going to just start back over where I was in June. What was I doing in June that got me and my friends so excited about it? And I kind of just took a deep breath and started over with the basics.
Awesome. I think that's good for people. That's good for people to hear, because especially our newer coaches, I know one of the things I hear most often is, I'm so overwhelmed and I just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's so important to come back to that place of simplicity of, why am I excited about this? And how can I do the 3 vital behaviors and post about it? And it's a decision to step back and go, what do I want? And what are the simple things I need to do to get there? Would you agree with that, Kelly?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see, what else did you say that I was going to ask about? Oh, major props on giving me Brandy a shout out. One of the things I wrote down about Katie to brag on her, and Brandy has said the same thing about you, Kelly, is that you do everything that we throw at you. I was looking at Katie's wall today, and I saw her cover pic on her Facebook wall, and I was like, that is the cutest picture. And I clicked on it to get a closer look, and I noticed that she had her story all written out in the caption spot under her cover pic, just like I said to do last week. But I noticed that she had done it on March 30th before I did the call. And so she had seen mine and did her own without me even telling her to. Awesome. So being coachable, you know, Brandy and I are not the end all be all in Beachbody. We are by far not the most successful people, but that's not our job. We're not supposed to know everything. We're supposed to be just a step ahead of you guys. And that's what we hold ourselves accountable to be. We always strive to be the hardest working people on this team, because if we're not working harder than everyone else, we can't lead you guys. So please understand that if you're in our training groups, if you are, you know, weeding your way through our YouTube videos for trainings, you're getting on Zooms with us, it all has purpose. Just follow it, because that's one thing that's common among Kelly and Katie. They are so coachable. And if they have a question, most of the time they both go research it on their own first, see if they can figure it out. And in the process, they learn a lot. And if they still can't get their question answered, then they come to us and they'll say, I've looked everywhere. I found some great information, but I can't find this one thing. Can you direct me where to find that? So that is huge. Absolutely huge. I guess other than that, what would you say has been the greatest piece of personal development that you've done so far? Like, if you could tell the coaches, if you do nothing else with personal development, read, watch, listen to, follow this person, what's the one thing that's meant the most to you?
Well, I loved You Are a Badass. That's my favorite. That's my absolute favorite. Because she, in what I felt were pretty real terms to me, just bolstered my whole self, you know. So that's my favorite.
Awesome. So if you guys don't know what she's talking about, if you will go to the Audible app, you can download it on your Android or iPhone. You get a free trial of Audible for 30 days. And then after that, it costs $16 a month. But when you download that app, you get a free book. Just for downloading. So I like to listen to books, but the book You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, it's Sincero, is incredible. I'm having my husband listen to it right now, and he's like, oh my gosh, this is crazy awesome. And so I'm glad you said that, Kelly. It's a great book. If you're super religious and really hardcore about your conservative Christian values, you might find her stuff about meditating offensive. Please ignore it.
Yeah.
Hold true to your own faith. You know what you believe. Don't be offended by that. She's just trying to address all kinds of people. So look past that. Otherwise, it's a great book.
Yeah.
Any final tips, Kelly?
I don't think so. I think I got everything.
Yeah, you did a fantastic job. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm really, really grateful. And you're a great teacher. You have a great presence in teaching and speaking, so don't stop.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. I'm sure if you have any other additional questions for Kelly, you can find her on Facebook. Ask your questions in the team page, though, so that everybody can see the answers, and tag her, and I'm sure she'll be happy to share and provide what's working for her. Okay, now I'm going to switch to a super crazy new coach on our team, Katie Carter, who is blowing my socks off. This girl is like fireworks. I'm so excited about the success she's having. She's one of those people that just literally jumped in feet first and has not stopped swimming since. She's crazy awesome. She has 23 new coaches so far in 2016, more than me. She's blowing me away. She has 28 total in her downline. She signed up on November 13th, 2015, and then started working the business in about mid-January, late January. Kind of started thinking about it. She got into one of my trainings and really got buckled down for February is when she really got serious about everything and hit diamond in about 5 weeks. Yeah. From the time she started working the business, she hit diamond in 5 weeks. What was funny to me is that her 2 emerald coaches under her ranked up to emerald the same day she ranked up to diamond. So she had more than 8 active coaches on her team and 2 emeralds all set up all at the same time, and boom, 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 all 3 popped all on the same day. She had 24 Success Club points total in February between hers and her husband's accounts. And for March, she had 36 Success Club points between hers and her husband's accounts. Her and her husband were the top 2 Success Club point earners for our entire team. So while she may not have as much experience as Kelly, she may not have all, this 6, 7, 9 months worth of digging in, learning, personal development, all this kind of stuff. What she can teach you about is how to get to work and how to make shit happen. Sorry, had to throw that cuss word in there because it's just that good. So without further ado, I'm going to unmute you, Miss Katie, and you just take it away. And also, Katie's been sick this week, so super grateful to have you on. And I know it's been a rough week, so I'm really, really happy you made it on to talk to us.
All right, thanks. Well, Kelly, you did awesome, by the way. Awesome. Very good teacher and speaker. I really enjoyed listening to you. Mine is much more basic, probably because I am so new. I started getting overwhelmed. There's that word that we all like to use as brand new coaches. When I started thinking about what could I possibly share? There's nothing that I do that all the other coaches don't already know. So I literally just went back to the basics and said, okay, stop thinking about what you can teach them and just think about what you do. And so this is just what I do. Okay. Whether you already know it or not, this is just what I do. First and foremost, be a product of the product. It's that simple. How many times have we heard that over and over and over again? And I know that's so basic, but it's so true. If you're not drinking the shake, you're not doing your workout, then you're not going to get anywhere. On top of that, post about it. Okay, but how many people do we know that post about products every day in their newsfeed? It's not just posting about your shake. It's posting about why, okay? Not what, but why. Not buy this shake, but rather, why do I love my shake? What is my shake doing for me? Why is it so important to me? How is it impacting my day? Same thing with my workout. I could post about I could post about this new workout, how much it costs, why you should buy it, and that sort of thing. But that's not how we post. We post about why. Why is it important to me? It would look something like, so glad I got my workout in today. It was only 22 minutes, and my day is so packed with school, homework, dinner, and ball practices. Not a chance that it would happen this afternoon if I didn't get that 22 minutes in this morning. That's it. Done. End of the post. Like, I don't have to say, you could buy this same thing for blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't have to advertise. Just say why it's important to you, the why. The next thing is be positive. People are watching you that you don't even know are watching you. I have had countless messages from people that I had no idea saw my post. I had no idea would care anything about health and fitness, because they've never once clicked like, they've never once commented, nothing on any of my posts. And I've even had people pull me aside in town and go, oh my gosh, that post that you wrote the other night that you put on Facebook was so encouraging to me, blah, blah, blah. And it's blown me away. Just the other day, I had a girl that I work with at one of my school districts message me through Facebook and go, I just want you to know that I've really been struggling with my weight, and I've been trying to do this Beachbody workout on my own, and your posts keep me motivated and keep me going. And I had no idea she was working on it, no idea she'd even thought about it, no idea she even had a workout, nothing. So people are watching you that you don't even know are watching you. So always be positive. Along with posting about your workout and your shake, post motivation. People need to see that. People need positivity in their life. So if you've made one one person feel encouraged or motivated, then you've done your job as a coach, okay? Even if you haven't sold them anything, in my opinion. The other thing that I've realized that a lot of people have a hard time with in starting out is be personable. Okay, no one wants a salesperson robot. Being a coach is about caring about the human being and wanting to help them be the best version that they can be, bottom line. And when you completely forget about the fact that you're trying to make a sale and you care about what they need and how you can help them, everything else changes. Your entire conversation changes. It's not about making a sale. It's not. I mean, yes, that's great that we get to reap the benefits financially of making a sale, but the benefits that come from them making a positive change in their life is so bigger than any financial reward to me. That to me is what being a coach is about. So be personable. Ask them their why. It may seem silly, but I even tell them what mine is. And I tell them why I'm asking. You'd be surprised at what people tell you, and it's usually coming from that deep place in their heart. That's when it gets real. That's when those conversations go places you didn't even imagine them going. That's when you make a new friend. That's when that person trusts you. When you get their why. That is so important. And like I said, I know it probably seems silly. It seems silly to me at first, but that's when I follow it up with, for example, my why that keeps me going is, and I tell them. And so then they have some of my vulnerability, that I've placed out there for them. Excuse me. Okay, so let's see. Don't keep it strictly business. When you're having these private conversations with people through Facebook Messenger, throw in comments in there to lighten the conversation. Don't just keep it strictly business. I always, like Miranda says, form them, and I'll do it again later in the conversation, kind of go off on something that they've put on their profile, or if you know them personally, somebody that I was talking to the other day that I don't necessarily know personally, but I happen to know that her son is on my son's baseball team and we're just getting started. So we totally went off the conversation of the fitness stuff and started talking about the kids' baseball. And then we just came back to the fitness. So again, that builds trust and that lets them know that you care about them, not just care about selling them a product. The big light bulb for me in starting was the 5-step process. When I started in Miranda's 5-step inviting process, when I started in Miranda's boot camp, we had day 1 assignment, then we had day 2 assignment, and then I think it was on day 3 that we had, oh, by the way, here's the 5-step invitation. And I was like, oh my gosh, where has this been? So like now with my new coaches, I'm not saying you did it wrong, Miranda. I'm just saying go watch this before you talk to anybody. Like you need to know the 5-step invitation process. YouTube it, look it up, Google it. It is there. Watch it, and use it. It will totally help your conversations flow. But in the middle of that, remember to form them, to throw in those personal conversations so that they know that you care about them. Don't make it just strictly a script. The last thing that really has helped me with recruiting coaches, Miranda mentioned how many coaches I have. Y'all, most of these coaches are not working the business. They're just discount coaches, which for me is fine now. I'm hoping that, some of them decide that they do want to do it. But the reason that I have so many coaches under me is because if I sell them a challenge pack, I'm going to sign them up as a coach. Not without their knowledge, but after they've shown their interest in the challenge pack and they're ready to go. They are giving me their email address, they're giving me their shake flavor, and I'm putting them into the mobile enroller. Before I submit that, I say, oh, by the way, and then give them the coach opportunity. Oh, by the way, I can enter your order as a coach order and give them all the information, about the fees and about how it reduces everything. But it's always that last minute, oh, by the way, this is a great thing to have in your back pocket, and give them, basically I just took Miranda's message that I saw her send to someone else. I copied it to the notes section on my phone. And so when it gets to that point in the conversation, I go in and copy that, paste it there, change any wording that I need to change so I don't sound like a robot. If this is someone that I know, that they know me, and then send it. And I think maybe a handful of times, 5 or less, people have said, no, I don't really want to do that right now. Most people are like, oh, Yeah, sure, that's fine. So, that is short and sweet what I do. That is why I have coaches, I guess, because we just go through the challenge pack stuff. We figure out what they need, what's going to fit them. You're doing no good if you get someone in a challenge pack that you think is what's the coolest one at the time or just happens to be on sale just to make a sale. If it's not what they need, then it's not going to do them any good. They're not going to make any, they're not going to have any success, and they're not going to keep going. So that would be what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
For what it's worth.
I think that was amazing, Katie. And don't you dare for one second apologize for being short and sweet and clear and concise. And I love that what you guys shared was such a different perspective and style, because that means it's going to address everybody differently on the call. Somebody needed to hear pieces of what both of you shared. Katie, what I hear overwhelmingly throughout everything that you said is that you are truly helping people. And it sounds so cliche, but we get all in our heads in this business and we start thinking about things like Success Club and rank and elite points and challenge packs and what's on promotion and what's coming up. And we get so in our heads about it that we forget that the real deal here is truly being personable, relating to people, getting down deep with them into their goals in their life, and helping them. Like Katie said, get them into a challenge pack that meets their goals. Don't just get them into the one that you think is the cheapest or on sale because you're afraid of a price objection. No, offer that Insanity Max 30 Kickstart that's like $400,000. Offer that thing if that's what's going to meet their goals, you know? So to me, what I hear is that you are on a mission to try to help as many people as possible, and you are taking very basic step-by-step processes to do that. And really, you're just using everything I've given you, right?
I mean, that's exactly right. Right down to your cover story. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So guys, I mean, how does a baby learn to walk? They watch you walk, right? And they're going to fall down a few times, but they're going to keep getting back up, and you're going to hold their hands a little bit. You're going to help them balance, but you're going to walk with them, and they're going to emulate you and copy you. That's how human beings learn to walk. If you're a new coach, if you're a struggling coach, if you're a stuck coach, find someone to mimic and watch. Now, warning, do not go copy their post and paste it as your own. You can get an idea from them. You can follow their post as a template. But if you copy and post their stuff word for word, it's stealing from their idea. They worked hard on that. Don't steal their stuff. Make it your own. Change the wording. People want to hear from you, your heart, your story, your words, your slang, your funny hashtags. But find someone whose leadership style, personality, something just jives with you. You feel like they're another version of you. And they're achieving some sort of success. Follow them, emulate them, do what they're doing, because success leaves clues. That's what Katie just told you in all of her stuff. You know, be a product of the product. That's one of the vital behaviors. That's one of the things we talk about all the time. But there's a reason for that. Following that tip leaves a clue to success. And people that are a product of the product and post about it from that wide perspective have success. That's something you all can do. You all have Shakeology in your house. You all have Beachbody programs. Use them and post about why you're using them, why you love Shakeology, why your workout is working for you in your life. What else? None of this is rocket science. None of it's rocket science. It's
Miranda, I did want to tell everybody that on top of this stuff, if you're dealing with opposition, if you're just getting started and you're dealing with opposition, and you truly feel in your heart that this is for you and that you really do want to coach and you really know that this is what God has for you, then follow your heart and do it. I had a lot of opposition, okay, in the beginning, and not that it's all gone, but slowly, because I've persevered, because I've got in there and said, use that opposition, I guess, to go, oh no, you just watch. And focused on my goals, I've pushed through, and that opposition is going away. So if you are dealing with opposition, I guess is the word to use, then message me and let's talk about it, because it doesn't have to stop you. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. Amen. Amen. You're going to face opposition, because when you step out and do something that requires strength and courage and heart and passion, people are going to notice. And when they notice that, they're going to do one of two things. They're either going to want to do it with you and piggyback on you and follow you and be a part of that with you, or they're going to look at you and start to feel bad about themselves because you're reminding them of what they're not doing. Or they're scared for you. If it's someone that really cares about you and loves you, they might be scared that you're going to get hurt. And they might speak out against what you're doing in an effort to protect you. But in all those situations, you are only responsible for you. You're not responsible for someone else feeling comfortable or feeling happy with what you're doing in your life. Like Katie had this moment she shared with me back in the training she came to live with me. Was that February?
Oh,
I can't remember.
I can't remember. Maybe early March. I think it was early March.
Was it March? I really can't remember. But she shared with me how God had really been speaking to her through her prayer life, her devotionals, different books she was reading, through all these different ways that something big was coming. And she just felt overwhelmed that she was supposed to do something very obedient in something big. And so I firmly believe that you guys wouldn't be here on this team. Even if you're an adopted coach like Alexia, who's just here hanging out with us because she doesn't have a good upline taking care of her. You're here for a reason, and God wants to do something through you, through your story, through the unique position you have in this world to reach certain people. And he's working on the other side with the people he wants you to reach. Just like Katie shared, she's had people come to her out of the blue from nowhere. She didn't even know they were following her, and say, you matter to me. What you're doing speaks life into a dark place that I'm experiencing. So God is working from the other side. So don't ever feel like it's all on you. You're not alone. You've got all of us, and you have a purpose. I firmly believe that. There's somebody you're called to help, lots of somebodies. And one of my biggest blessings, and I know that Kelly and Katie will both agree with this, is that, oh, whoops, I just did something weird. Anyway, one of the biggest blessings of being a coach for me is seeing coaches in my team who had a lukewarm relationship with God, or maybe had fallen away from their faith. One of the greatest joys that I did not expect out of coaching is watching them come back to their relationship with God or discover Him for the first time. And it's really been apparent to me in some of my more successful coaches on my team that they are calling upon God in a very real way for the very first time in their life because of what they learned from being in our team. And I'm telling you, God's going to use that. I'm glad that we had such amazing training tonight on recruiting. Great tips, awesome things that you can take action on, and I want you to do that. I have notes right here, like all these notes I've written down, and I'm putting stars by things I want to take action on, and I encourage you to do the same thing. But I want you to zoom out also. I want you to see if you can see my shirt. I'm wearing a shirt that Esther made for me, and it says Elite Team Fresh and Fit, and I'm wearing this tonight on the call, and I want to close out with this because we're not just recruiting people to join a network marketing team in order to grow a downline so that we can achieve things like rank. That's a part of what we do, but what we are doing, y'all, is seriously giving people a place to belong, a place to grow their faith, a place that they have a safe place to fall, with people who are going to be there to love them and pick them back up, And we're going to teach them things along the way, just like we're doing with you guys. We're going to teach them things about how to be more faithful with your money, how to be more faithful with your time, your resources, your story, how to truly honor God with your life. And I want you all to stand firm on the confidence that we are an elite team. We're in the top 1% of the entire company. Out of 400 and I forget how many thousand coaches there are now, 430, 440,000. We ended up the year last year at number 211. That's huge. And that is not Miranda was 211. Our team did that. Because to earn elite points, you have to have team volume. You guys out there hitting Success Club every month, creating volume from your teams, helping your challenge groups and your discount coaches stay on Shakeology, all of that combined to make us an elite team. We did that together. And my goal for this year is for our team to have 5 elite coaches at least come out of this team for 2016. Because I believe that we're just that special. What we have in this team is rare. You can ask Jackie Engel. You can ask Alexia Montali. You can ask Cheryl Lingenfelter. I think that's how you say her last name. There's some coaches in our team page that ask to be there because they don't have a team. What we have is rare. And even among some really successful teams in this company, there are people out there doing this for their own self-interest, to glorify themselves. And I've heard some horror stories about people that are on other teams where it's, you do this or you do that or you're out. And it's a very high pressure situation. We have something beautiful and precious and sacred in our team. And I want you all to never hesitate to share that. Don't ever hesitate to give that to somebody. You don't have the right to deny someone else the gift of being a part of this. Even if they just want to be a discount coach and they just need to be submerged in our culture of loving each other, so be it. If they want to be a business builder and they're going to be the next 15-star diamonds, like I feel like some people that are on this call tonight have the complete potential to be, great. If that's their goal, you get out there and help people be a part of something different, something better, something more, and don't ever shy away from that. Not ever. If you guys have any final questions for Katie or Kelly, post them in the chat box right quick. Katie McGilvery wanted to say something. Where you at, girl? Let me unmute you. I can't see you. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are, right under my face. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, everybody. So I know that you all know I started my tank top business. I launched it this week. And Jessica Heckel asked me to make a shirt for her tonight. And the more I thought about it, the more it just kind of came to my mind. I'm going to try not to get emotional. I'm going to share it, is the shirt that she asked to make. And I added the hashtag I sweat for Jet. I would really like to sell these shirts, sell these shirts for $15. 7 covers my cost, and then be able to donate $8 of that to Jessica and her family. If it's something we could do as a team and get behind it. I have no problem making the shirts. I ordered my heat press today with my paycheck. I'm super excited. And that is something I would love to do for her. It's part of being a coach is giving back, and we know that. My business would have never happened. Sorry, I'm super hormonal right now.
It's okay. You're making me cry too.
My business would have never happened without this team. I'll get it together. Hang on.
It's okay.
When you mentioned so many people in this team that just feel called to be a coach and feel like this is where God has us. I was so lost before I became a coach. So lost. I felt like I could not hear God anymore. I felt so withdrawn. Through pouring into other people's lives, through giving back with my time and with just encouragement and inspiration. I have never felt closer in my walk ever. And God has opened so many doors, my tank top business being one of them. And I cannot tell you how many times I have wanted to do something like this and just have never had what it takes to do it. I have so much support right now in this team, through my community, people I don't even know, sending me messages daily saying that the things that I post and I share about my faith and about coaching is exactly what they need to hear. They need to hear that. And all of this to say, we have been given an opportunity to share. And with that opportunity, I can turn around and bless other people. And that's not something I've ever been able to do because I've been so buried in debt. I've been buried in self-doubt. I've not had the financial margin to do what I want to do now. And I can. I can do this. And so let me show you the shirt again. I would really, really love if it's something our team could get behind. I think there's enough of us to make a large donation to Jessica and her husband. I'll get the shirt made up this evening and I'll post it. But if you think that this is something that you could be a part of, shoot me a message or post it in the team page. I'll post a picture in the team page and just put your size down. And then we'll go through the logistics of making it happen. I'll have to order shirts and vinyl, but other than that, we can take care of it. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. I'm sorry I cried. For those of y'all that don't know, I'm pregnant and I'm just like a basket case. So yes.
For someone who's a crier anyway, then you add pregnancy onto it and it's like, there's no hope, right?
It's terrible. It's terrible. So, Jessica, we love you. We are praying for you and sweet baby Jet. But if y'all think that you could do this, post it in the group and we'll make it happen.
Katie, send me a picture of the shirt and
okay.
I'll do a post about what we're doing. And let me just say, oh, there's Jet. Hi, baby. He had surgery today. Poor little guy. Let me just say, as someone who has been on the receiving end of what you're talking about doing, Katie, when my daughter Sophie was really, really sick and we were in the hospital like that, and there's a lot of costs that you don't think about, like parking fees in and out of the parking garage. Every time you go in and out, it's $5, $8, whatever. And when you've got family going back and forth, and, hubby's home with the two girls, and of course they're back and forth from the hospital to come see baby brother, stuff like that adds up. And then you throw on top of that, Jessica's not able to work her normal day job. And then you've got added expense of more eating out. Things like this, with being able to do something to get behind a family that we love, it makes a very real difference in ways that you can't even imagine. And that's just who we are. So I'm so glad that you designed that shirt, Katie. It's so funny because I saved a picture of the one Jessica shared in our Diamond group message earlier, and I was going to ask you t-shirt making girls if we could do something like this. So God put it on my heart too, and that's just further confirmation that we need to do this. I would challenge all of us as a team, post your sweaty pictures on Facebook this week and use the hashtag #ISweatForJet and tell people why you're doing that and what it means to be a part of this team and how we get behind each other and we take care of each other. And I don't care if you are a part of my downline or if you're one of the guest coaches that just hangs out with us. I don't care. This is you as well. And share with them about, what it means to be a part of something like this where people truly care about each other. There's a lot of people out there in the world that don't have a place like this. I know I didn't. Until I became a coach. I didn't even have any close girlfriends at all. And now look at you guys. We've got a whole team full of us. So God is good. I just give him praise right now for you guys. I thank him for you in my prayers every morning when I do my 10 minutes of gratitude. I thank him for our team and the family that we are. So who knew? Kelly and Katie came on here to talk about recruiting, and we all end up crying and sharing in something that will help one of our own. So Jet, we love you. Jessica, we love you. Give our love to Josh and the girls. And I have a feeling this is going to be something huge that we can do to bless not only their family, but a lot of other people that need a blessing as well. So I'm going to call it quits. It's been a long call. It's been amazing. Thank you all for being on and hanging on with us, especially you East Coast people where it's getting really, really late. I will have a recording of this call, but it probably won't be available until Monday, just FYI. I love you guys. I believe in you. And I want you to just believe in yourself and keep applying all these things that we're learning and never look back. All right. Good night, everybody. Y'all have a great